5 seconds. Get ready. Start. And that creates, to my mind, a situation which I think, in the larger national interest, we should avoid. So, how do we reverse this trend? This is a question to my mind. We must start with this confession that this trend of 50 years has to be reversed. Gandhiji talked of the Gram Panchayat, and that is why, when I think of the center state relations, I am not confining myself to just the relations between the center and the states. I think you have to think of the center state relations in the larger perspective of decentralization of power, when it logically follows that a state government must be prepared to share its power with the district level, and whatever authority we have at the district level, that power should be decentralized to the block level and right down to the Gram Panchayat level. And I was very happy the other day when the Prime Minister did talk about reversing the planning process. That is what we have been arguing for so many years, that economic and social planning of this country must not be carried out in the ivory towers of Delhi. It must begin from the grassroots level. A combination of panchayat plan must give us a district plans. A combination of district plans must give us a state plan. And similarly, a combination of state plans must finally give us the national plan. Of course, I am not taking into considerations those specific areas of authority in which, for example, the center is supreme. There, of course, the center has to plan by itself. I will come to that later. But broadly, that should be the pattern. Having said this, I would like to say that from a purely functional point of view, and by virtue of geography and history, by virtue of the very size of our country, and by virtue of the polarity which is a gift of history, efficiency in administration and accountability are just not possible without a degree of decentralization. If the village teacher is not working, the education minister at the center cannot control. It is impossible. If a medical officer in the primary health center is not paying due attention to his job, it is only at that level that his performance can be controlled and he can be made accountable there itself. Therefore, there has to be monitoring at that level, and for that monitoring to be effective, there has to be authority vested at that level. Next, sir, at the very outset, I congratulate the Ministry of Steel and Mines for its effective working. There has been in the past propaganda on behalf of the private sector that it alone can deliver the goods. It alone is affection, and that the public sector is notorious for mismanagement, for inefficiency, and for loss of production. But the things that have been exploited by the working of the public sector since the year 1981, and in streamlining the administration of the public undertakings, the Steel Ministry has played a key and crucial role. There has been a mismanagement in this company and its management was taken over. I am personally of the view that whenever mismanagement is visible in any private sector undertaking, then instead of only taking its management for a limited period, it should be taken over permanently, and it should not be a short and half hearted measure. The company should have been taken over, acquired, as it is sought to be done now. In the year 1982 itself, once the government comes to the conclusion that the company's affairs are not being conducted in an efficient manner, and when the government has to invest funds to the tune of crores of rupees, where is the caution of reserving the decision that it may go back to the same old management? Now, the second thing is that there is a new strategy which is being resorted to by this private business. They somehow or other welcome the takeover of their undertaking and they start the process of mismanagement deliberately so that the government may be compelled to take it over. They do not invest any money in the renovation of the machinery, which ultimately becomes nothing but a junk, and they would have derived the maximum benefit out of their investment long time ago. And at the time when it is being taken over, nothing worthwhile is left in the undertaking. So, it should be taken over at the earliest stage. We are now talking of commitment to the philosophy of the Constitution. The philosophy of the Constitution means that we are committed to the establishment of an egalitarian society where there would be not only political and legal justice, but there would be economic justice. If we want socialism, it should come in a proper and effective way. Stop. Thank you.